I remember right before Whitney Houston died, she said, "If anything happens to me, Clyde Davis killed me." There is no recollection on the internet where Whitney Houston has this interview, but I clearly remember, "If anything happens to me, Clyde Davis did it." Now, I want you to tell me.
I don't know. I couldn't accept the fact that she was no longer.
There's a lot of speculation out there about music artists being sacrificed because they're worth more dead than alive. And one of those artists is Whitney Houston herself, who generated millions upon millions of dollars after she died. What makes these speculations even more sinister is that Whitney's longtime mentor, Clive Davis, famously continued with his Grammy party while Whitney's dead body was still in the building. Also, shortly before she died, Whitney crashed her protege Brandy's interview with Clive and passed her a mysterious note, which many fans suspected was either a cry for help or a warning to Brandy to stay away from Clive. And Brandy actually later admitted that for a long time she blamed multiple people for Whitney's death. But that's not all. An investigator claimed that Whitney had defense wounds on her body, and yet somehow this was brushed under the rug.
Contrary to the coroner's conclusion that her death was accidental, Hubel claims that Houston's body shows classic defense wounds, consistent with someone fighting for her life.
So does this mean Clive Davis is one of those Hollywood elites who allegedly have the power to decide the fate of artists? Did he really sacrifice Whitney? Let's break it down.
Exactly what happened inside the iconic Beverly Hilton remains a mystery. Paramedics raced to the fourth floor and found a lifeless Whitney Houston inside her hotel room bathtub.
It's been 11 years since we lost Whitney Houston, and despite all the time that's passed, Whitney's devoted fans still hold hope that the truth surrounding her death will eventually come out. And it's not just fans who have cast doubt on the official story of Whitney's death, but also her friends and colleagues, including Brandy Norwood. Countless conspiracy theories have emerged over the years about Whitney's final days, with the most popular one implicating her mentor, Clive Davis. To give you some context, Whitney died on February 11th, 2012, the same day she was set to perform at Clive Davis's pre-Grammys party at the Beverly Hilton Hotel in Beverly Hills. Sadly, just a few hours before the scheduled event, Whitney's assistant discovered her unresponsive in the hotel room bathtub. The assistant first called Whitney's bodyguard, and then the paramedics arrived at the hotel around 3:30 p.m. But despite their best efforts, it was already too late, and at 3:55 p.m., Whitney Houston was officially pronounced dead.
We have breaking news tonight out of Los Angeles, the death of singing star Whitney Houston at the age of 48. Details are still coming in, but her publicist has confirmed her death to the Associated Press, although the circumstances and the place are not clear.
Initially, the exact cause of Whitney's death was uncertain, but authorities stated that there were no clear indications of criminal intent. After conducting an autopsy and toxicology tests, the LA County Coroner's Office determined that Whitney's death resulted from a combination of drowning, heart disease, and the presence of cocaine in her system. But the bizarre thing is that the autopsy report mentioned external trauma on Whitney's body, and yet the coroner concluded that no evidence of foul play was found. Meanwhile, Whitney's fans grew increasingly suspicious about the entire situation, and their concerns grew even larger after they learned that Whitney's mentor, Clive Davis, continued with his pre-Grammy party at the Beverly Hilton after he learned of Whitney's passing. So while Whitney's lifeless body was a few floors above them, Clive and other celebrities continued dancing and partying in the banquet room as if nothing happened. Fans really had a tough time making sense of this because it seems so disturbing that all these people were partying while Whitney's dead body was still in the building. Clive Davis later tried to justify his decision by claiming that the party was a tribute and it's what Whitney would have wanted.
The Grammys will be next night. You don't cancel. You turn an evening into a tribute.
However, many of Whitney's fans and friends voiced their disapproval of Clive's actions, saying that his decision to hold the party was extremely disrespectful. One of Whitney's longtime friends, Shaka Khan, expressed her strong disapproval of Clive's decision and called it insanity. And according to Shaka Khan, Clive's decision was actually the opposite of what Whitney would have wanted.
I thought that was complete insanity. And knowing Whitney, I don't believe that she would have said the show must go on. She's the kind of woman that was stop everything. I'm not gonna do that.
Shaka Khan also slammed Clive for saying the party was meant as a tribute to Whitney because it simply made no sense that someone who claimed to be like a father figure to Whitney could continue partying in the same building where her body was found.
A true tribute
might have been a truer or more honest tribute for mine. In my opinion, would have been maybe call everybody together, let's say a prayer, and eat dinner and go home.
Besides that, rumors have been circulating that Whitney may have been physically harmed by someone prior to her death. In fact, a private investigator named Paul Hubel challenged the official autopsy report and claimed that Whitney had defense wounds on her body. Several individuals within the entertainment industry, including Jaguar. I don't know why they are giving this much out, but every American family needs
I
to
want
read it.
y'all to
The government is
just
basically
bear
giving me
with me.
1,200 individuals within the entertainment industry, including Jaguar Wright, also alleged that members of Whitney's family saw evidence of assault on Whitney's body.
She was beat. They saw her body. She didn't just die in a tub, like she was beat.
And when Whitney's protege and close friend Brandy came forward saying that for a long time she blamed other people for Whitney's passing. I placed a lot of blame on a lot of people too when it came to Whitney, Brandy said, before adding, no one knows what she was running from. No one knows what she was trying to overcome. No one knows the cost that came with being Whitney Houston. Meanwhile, a strange video resurfaced on social media showing Whitney interrupting an interview with Brandy, Monica, and Clive Davis and passing a mysterious note to Brandy. And what makes this footage even more disturbing is the fact that this interview took place just 2 days before Whitney died, which led fans to speculate that Whitney was either aware of the danger looming over her, or she tried to warn Brandy about getting close to Clive Davis. Many fans were also uncomfortable with the way the media kept focusing on Whitney's substance use while completely ignoring the larger issue and the fact that Clive Davis and Whitney's label continued to make millions after she died. See, it's no secret that many iconic artists ended up being worth more dead than alive, and once an artist dies, they can no longer contest the labels and other entities for full control over their music. Even the king of pop himself, Michael Jackson, reportedly worried that the industry higher-ups would try to kill him for his catalog. In fact, Michael's younger sister, LaToya, publicly claimed she believed Michael was murdered by people who continued to profit from his music sales after he died.
But he was so passionate and adamant about it. He says, you don't understand. It's all about my catalog. This is what they want, and this is what they're going to do. And he was terrified. And the more he spoke about it, the more I began to believe, and the more I saw that it was true. When he started mentioning how and when it was going to be done, how the things that they were doing, yes, of course.
But that's not all. In 2017, The Sun got hold of the notes reportedly written by Michael in the weeks before his death, and one of the notes read, "They are trying to murder me." And in another note, Michael said he was scared about his life because the system wants to kill me for my catalog. As for Clive Davis, his net worth is currently estimated at around $150 million, making him one of the richest individuals in the music industry. Of course, he didn't make all this money after Whitney died, and he's been building his fortune for decades, but still, he shamelessly continued to profit off of Whitney's name after she passed. And just last year, he produced a Whitney biopic called I Want to Dance with Somebody. Many fans slammed this biopic for portraying Davis as a white savior, and they also pointed out how it's strange that Davis didn't involve Brandy in the biopic, considering how close she was to Whitney. Fans have also accused Davis of using the biopic to restore his reputation and distract people from the fact he partied the night away while Whitney's dead body was in the same building. And some fans are even going so far as to claim that Davis knew Whitney would die that night and that his party was some kind of blood ritual. There is definitely something sinister about her death,